Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and today I'd like to do a spread demonstration using the Higher Self Oracle by Deanna Marie Riddick, illustrated by Deborah Rodriguez Capacetti. And if you'd like to know more about this deck, there's a review in my playlist called Oracle Deck Reviews Volume 1. All right, so I'm not going to go into any detail about the deck except for the reading. All right, so this reading I found in the guidebook for the Higher Self Oracle deck. And this reading is called, let me find it. It's called the Healed Heart Spread. It says many religions and spiritual philosophies recommend purifying and healing the heart as a major step to attain higher self-consciousness. Utilize this spread to identify what needs to be healed in your heart. All right, so this is a 4-card spread, and if you would like to do this spread for yourself, go pause the video, grab a pencil and paper so you can write down the meanings of the card positions. So card 1 is going to reflect what needs to be healed in your heart. And then in parentheses, it says it might surprise you. Card 2 reflects what step needs to be taken to begin the healing process. Card 3 reflects what needs to be forgiven. And card 4 reflects the results of a healed heart and possible next steps. All right, so everybody has something in their heart, I'll venture to say, that needs to be healed. And this spread may come in handy for you or for someone you're doing a reading for. So I'm going to shuffle the cards, and then one by one we will see what we get and what this reading is about for you. Now remember, this is a general reading, so this may not apply to you at all, but I always feel like if you are led to watch a video, there's a message for you in it somewhere. Whether it is, hello, you need to do this spread for yourself, or someone else, or you, or the actual demonstration spread has a message for you. So it could be any of those things. So I'm just shuffling here, and we're going to start pulling the cards here in a second. You can use any deck, any tarot deck or oracle deck that speaks to you to do this spread with. Any one will work. It's just a good spread in general. So let's see what this Higher Self Oracle has to say. All right, so let's... All right, so let's look at it. Okay, here's card 1, card 2, card 3, and card 4. And let's see, okay. So again, card 1 reflects what needs to be healed in your heart. And this is card 1. And that is intuition. Okay, let's see what that one says. There isn't a number on these cards, so they're alphabetical in the book. So what needs to be healed in your heart that has to do with intuition? That's interesting. Okay, it says this. Don't try to comprehend with your mind. Your minds are very limited. Use your intuition. By drawing this card, you are being asked to pay attention to your intuition. Your intuition is the wisdom of your higher self. It can provide you with a holistic perspective to understand your past experiences and current situation. At this time, the logical aspect of your mind, also known as the ego, is trying to dictate the best path forward using conscious reasoning and rationale. The ego is fear-based. It outlines all the reasons why something cannot be or why you cannot succeed and why failure is imminent. It will also have you seeking guidance from a multitude of people as opposed to listening to the intelligence of your higher self. Your intuition contains an understanding that is incalculable. It is your internal compass and powerful guiding force, and it can provide loving insight into the most challenging of situations. Since you pulled this card, your higher self is requesting that you listen to the wisdom of your own intuition for guidance, as opposed to your ego. This card may also signal a need to develop your intuition. Everyone has intuition, and it's important to learn how to access this inner voice and repository of knowledge. Trust that if you pulled this card, you are indeed intuitive and are encouraged to study or take classes to begin using this gift. Invest your time and energy in cultivating your intuition. All right, so what needs to be healed in you, in your heart, is your relationship with your intuition. It seems that you are a person who goes with your logical mind, with reasoning, and all of those things, and you have a very maybe fear-based relationship with your intuition, and that needs to be healed because your intuition is something you can trust, and your intuition is something that you need to trust because it won't steer you wrong. Maybe you're afraid of losing control if you don't use your logic, or if your intuition goes against your logic, you may be afraid that that's a crazy thing to do, or to listen to it is just not right or logical or sensible. And you know, it isn't always logical or sensible, but it's necessary and it won't steer you wrong. So right now, what you need to heal in your heart is your relationship with your intuition and your ability to use your intuition and your ability to trust your intuition. Okay, so card 2 reflects what step needs to be taken to begin the healing process. And there are no reverse meanings here, so if it's reverse, I'll just flip it over. Anger, so reflects what step needs to be taken to begin the healing process. And this card is anger, so that's interesting. And it says, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Anger is defined as strong displeasure, fury, and deep hostility towards someone or something. Right now, someone may have betrayed you in some way or broken your trust, crossed a boundary, or mistreated you. You may be overwhelmed by an intense anger that is beginning to consume you. At this stage, you may be responding in a way that will not only hurt someone else, but hurt you. While your anger may be completely justified, it must be processed in a responsible way. If you feel the need to lash out toward someone or respond harmfully, then it's time to pause and take a breath. At this moment, it is necessary to expel that pent-up intense energy from the body. To do so, you can scream in your car, outside, or into a pillow, or release the energy in a way that's harmless. Consider some form of sport that will enable you to release that energy, such as hitting balls in a batting cage, playing golf, or playing tennis. This release is important because allowing anger to remain inside you will have physical ramifications. When anger is stored in your body for too long, your muscles become tense, your respiration and blood pressure rise, your heart races, and your immune system is impaired. Over time, it's your physical heart that suffers from your own anger. Anger is a constructive form of energy and a natural response to systems of inequality and oppression. When channeled appropriately, it can become dynamic energy that leads to righting wrongs, correcting injustices, and creating new solution-based ideas. If you need help, ask your higher self to help you channel your anger productively. If you are still holding on to anger, ask your higher self to shift your perception about the person or situation. Your higher self can help you understand the lesson and value of the experience and can lead you to forgiveness and healing. All right, so what step needs to be taken to begin the healing process? the first step, this step is to recognize your anger. To recognize your anger and to take steps to release it, to release your anger. Now, your relationship with intuition needs to be healed. And you may have some anger regarding this. Maybe you feel like somehow your intuition let you down, or that other people, have strong intuition. You have no intuition. This is what you're thinking. You're angry about the unfairness of it. Or maybe you're angry for some other reason, and that is what is blocking your intuition. Okay, so look inside and see what you are angry about, what anger you are holding inside, what you're holding on to, that you're angry about. Maybe you don't even know, but if you start thinking about it, it'll come to you. If it's something that someone did, or some unfairness that was perpetrated upon you, or just the seeming unfairness of life, what is it that you're angry about? And how is this blocking your intuition? Because obviously, if you're angry, you aren't going to be able to calmly listen to your inner self. So, your first step in healing is to begin to release the anger. Release the pent-up angry energy. Do what it says do. Screaming, sports, whatever it takes to get rid of that angry energy. That's the step you need to take first. Card 3 reflects what needs to be forgiven. And this is card 3, what needs to be forgiven. Freedom. Okay, what needs to be forgiven has something to do with freedom. So let's see what that one says. This is an interesting reading. Okay, it is the spiritual freedom which cannot be taken away that makes life meaningful and purposeful. Have you been feeling as if you're stuck under the submission of another person, forced to remain at a joyless job, or do you feel obligated to fulfill the expectations of family rather than following your dreams? Have you been feeling a major sense of constraint when it comes to speaking freely or even thinking freely? Your higher self comes to remind you that you have the power of choice and that restriction is an illusion and is a result of limited thinking. You have the power to chart your own direction, choose your own path, and create a meaningful life. Sit down and think of all the things you desire to do and desire to change, and invite your higher self to help show you the way. Again, look, your higher self to help show you the way. Many people believe they must submit to the will of the world, and the way of the world is to comply and fall in line. However, the will of the Spirit is more powerful, especially when it's free. You are being asked to expand your thinking. You may have fallen into a trap designed by the ego's thought system, which is negative and fear-based. This thought system will have you believe that you are helpless and powerless to make changes aligned with the will of your heart. Your higher self wants to remind you that you are spirit. Therefore, you are powerful and capable of freeing yourself from your circumstances, but you must believe and trust. Take at least one step toward freeing yourself from a job you would like to change, or from a relationship that no longer serves you. Be brave enough to speak freely and share your ideas and your truth without guilt. This will help you feel free. Once you take these steps, you will remove the chains of restriction from your life and celebrate the freedom that is your birthright. And that is what needs to be forgiven. So maybe what needs to be forgiven here regarding freedom is whatever it is that seems to be keeping you stuck, or whatever it is that's preventing you from feeling your freedom. Sometimes we feel like our job is preventing us from being free, like it mentioned in the description of the card. Our job is preventing us from being free, so we feel angry. Our relationship is going poorly and it's preventing us from being free, so we feel angry. So whatever it is that's that's keeping you from your freedom needs to be forgiven, instead of handled with anger. And if you feel forgiveness toward the thing that is keeping you from being free, just because you forgive it doesn't mean you have to continue on with it. But just being angry and stuck and blaming that thing or that person or that relationship for you being stuck is not productive. Forgiving the person. Look, don't blame them. In other words, don't blame your job. Don't blame the person that you're in the relationship with. Don't blame, and forgive, and then take constructive steps to get rid of your anger and to get out of the situation, because you actually have the freedom to do it. You're free to do that. And then card 4 reflects the result of a healed heart and possible next steps. And that is, you are not alone. So let's see what that says. Never say you're alone, for you are not alone. Your God and your genius is within. As you walk the spiritual path, you will feel isolated at times. However, this is simply one of the many tricks of the ego, which believes that it is a separate entity. It relies on what the world tells you and what the eyes can physically see. The ego is the rational part of our mind that believes you are only a body, not a spirit inhabiting a body. And because of that, you look like a separate being with an individual life, unlinked to anyone or anything. Beyond the ego, there lies knowledge of your true identity. Your higher self holds the key to unlock the memory of your divine selfhood, and by connecting to it, it will reveal that you are eternally connected to source energy and all of creation, and you are never alone. This card comes to remind you that regardless of where you are, there is always a spiritual team beside you throughout your journey, even if you cannot see them. Your team consists of guardian angels, spirit guides, ancestors, or deceased loved ones who wish to support you, uplift you, and guide you. The Creator Spirit knows that Earth is one of the most difficult schools in the universe and would not allow you to come here without a vast network of resources to use on your mission. Yes, there will be disappointment, hardship, and failures, but your team is here to help you see the light within these dark moments so that you can move forward fearlessly. If you've been feeling lonely and without support, call out to your spiritual team, since they are more than happy to help, and send waves of love your way. If you are unable to sense or feel your spiritual team, then ask your higher self to help you connect, since it knows the best method suitable for you. And so this is the result of a healed heart and possible next steps. The result of a healed heart is that you are going to realize that you are not alone. You are going to be able to work with your ancestors, spirit guides, angels, your spiritual team. You're going to be able to work with them clearly without the spirit of anger or the spirit of blame or unforgiveness being in your heart. And when the spirit of anger and blame and unforgiveness are gone from you, you will be able to freely access your intuition, which will heal your ability. Your relationship with your intuition will heal. This will connect you even more powerfully with your spirit team, your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. All right, so I think this is a beautiful reading. I think it's really awesome. And on the bottom of the deck, I always like to look at the bottom of the deck, because you know what? I always feel like there's a message there. And this one is ask for guidance. And so if you're wondering about this reading, if you are, if you're just having any questions, ask for guidance. And let's see what that card has to say. It says, ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. Do you need clarity about a situation? Have you been confused or feel limited about choices in your life? Have you been presented with various options and feel uncertain which choice to make? This card urges you to directly ask for divine guidance, either from your higher self or your spiritual team, rather than absorb yourself in a cycle of uncertainty and confusion. If you've been asking for guidance, then your higher self wants you to remember that it communicates to you either via intuitive nudges, boom, 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 or through symbolic messages. Again, you need to heal that relationship with your intuition. The messages may come in the form of animals or numbers or through some other medium. Familiarize yourself with the ways your higher self communicates and decode the symbols to understand the message provided. The universe has provided you with many helpers who eagerly await your request for guidance. You have available to you guardian angels, ancestors, archangels, spirit guides, and hosts of other beings who patiently wait to help you. These beings can help you in every area of your life. They can also help you with material things and abundance, as well as building confidence, faith, and patience. This is a reminder that you are not alone and help is all around you. Just ask. And that is just a confirmation of this card that you are not alone. All right, friends, that was the Healing Heart reading, the Healing Heart spread from the Higher Self Oracle. Again, it's by Deanna Marie Riddick, illustrated by Deborah Rodriguez Capacetti, and it is published by Red Feather Publishing. So again, if you're interested in this deck, check it out. Check out my review on my Oracle Deck Reviews Volume 1 playlist. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you've not done so. It's completely free for you. It will help me out a whole lot. On March 19th will be the 2nd anniversary of my channel. I would love to reach 1,000 subscribers by then, but I can't do it without your help. So if you like this channel, please recommend it to your friends. And again, subscription is completely free for you. So I want to thank you for being with me today. I appreciate you so much more than you'll ever know. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.